Welcome, returning and new subscribers. I am Goddess High Priestess Empress Alba La Panthera. We about to get into a collective message. Grand Venus Day to all, okay? May you all be enjoying your Virgo season because Pluto retrograde back into Capricorn. It's really about you honoring what's true to you and don't back down from that, okay? So I'm gonna give y'all a few. We're gonna vibe for a bit. I just realized that this video is 222 message because there's a lot going on right now. Yo, that's wild. So different story, but shout out to all of you in the chat. What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome. So, we have Zitoli, which is the star card in this deck, followed by the Four of Wands, to the Ace of Wands, Dambala La Flambeau, and Olofi, Two of Pentacles. So, there are two cards in here that are indicating something about a relationship, a reawakening. And here's the thing. What's coming out to me more with Dambala La Flambeau's energy, with this Four of Wands, is more lava surrounding this energy. It's of a, it's an energy of, okay, if this is reawakened, be prepared to handle the consequences that come with wanting to change someone else rather than having an overstanding as to what has to change about you and why there's still this attraction to this energy. And obviously, I can notice based off of what's in here right now and what has the intent of putting out a message right now within the chat. So here's what I'm going to say. The way this energy came out here, you have this woman in the final stages of the birth cycle. And you have this egg with the child in it. Something new is on its way. But if you are going to sit there with the old version or entities connected to the old version of yourself, be prepared to undergo what we would call catharsis of the heart, but holding on as to what is being removed. See, I know this is not usually for the subscribers that tune in to my messages, but that message also has to be relayed because there comes instances where, as we know, energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It is transmuted and transformed into something else. Okay? So, for those of you that are new to this channel, I guess you can call it someone who performs an exorcist of certain energies that you want to hold on to, but not of your best interest. So this channel could come across as quite triggering. Okay, that's a warning. It can come across as quite triggering. But it's for you to step into the evolved version of yourself. Now, Pluto back into the sign of Capricorn is doing just that. If you're in a situation or doing something in your life, whether if it's career with a certain person, an idea, but it doesn't bring you, if you have to scale it from 1 to 10 and you can't say 10 as far as the joy that it brings you, let me tell you something. This Pluto in Capricorn, Pluto has to do with generations. When you look at your chart and you look at Pluto, Pluto is indicating the generation you're connected to when it comes to that energy, and that energy plays out in the house that it's in for you. Furthermore, wherever you are at right now, specifically during this Virgo season, wherever you are at right now is exactly where you're supposed to be. But you have two options: to sulk about it and control someone else's free will to fit your paradigm of something that you're supposed to actually be letting go, or get into a space where you see it for what it is, express the gratitude you are to express about it, so you can move on and evolve in the most effortless way. I mean, evolving is effortless if you are truly on the path of evolving. It does become effortless, because the more spiritual you become and the more sensitive you become to energies around you, you're going to be highly conscientious as to what it is that is surrounding you and what you allow yourself to be surrounded with. Because as you go through the spiritual evolution, it's plainly simply stated, the only person you can make stupidity out of is yourself, by allowing yourself to keep going through a situation that no longer serves you. See, the power of music is that it elevates all different types of spirits. And I literally just did a test of that just now and starting the live, and I noticed the amount of people and what they were saying in the chat. You're not normally here, but that's the power of music too, though. Everyone enjoys music. Every entity, everything that is connected to source, most of all, loves music. So when people talk about, oh, they on demon time, they really don't know what they're saying or what that really means. Just gave you a prime example from the beginning of this live to this moment that we in about what it truly means to be on demon time and the way to handle it. Bring all that shit to the surface. And then when you speak and express that truth, see what stays. Because one thing about a demon is that they're extremely intelligent, but they also know who their master is. Each and every one of you are literally here to master those frequencies and allow them to do what they're supposed to do for you, not to you. Doesn't it sound similar to situations that you may go through and you may ask yourself, why is this happening to me, instead of seeing it from, this is actually happening for you? So you can actually see where this energy is and what is the significance of this experience. That Ambala frequency ain't no joke. There is something here about there's a lot of information going around through different podcasts and, streams that are going to connect to certain people because they're supposed to see it. And here's the thing: Pluto going back into Capricorn during the sign of Virgo, that's nothing to play with. Pluto is extremely far from us. but it has one of the most biggest effects on the human vessel energetically. See, when you don't know and when people disregard information that's blatantly right in front of them, something right in front of you in plain sight. It may seem as though it's hidden, but it's in plain sight, but it's up to you. All you got to do when it comes to it's up to you, all you got to do is read and ask questions. Read and ask questions. Don't just read something and say, oh, that's what it is. Because each and every one of you have access to tools, especially now that we got AI involved, where you can easily write up a book or say that you wrote a book, but you use AI to influence your truth. But what is actually your truth? Can you actually sit there and write something or express information that, why does this keep shutting off? This is weird. Express information that has to do with what you know, not because someone else is saying it. Have you asked the questions specifically when it comes to your soul? Do you know your soul? Most people don't. Why? Well, your demon's in control of it. Instead of your demon working for you, it's working against you. It loves to do that. It will take any opportunity to work against you if the vessel that is carrying doesn't know what to do with it. The same way angels move. And honestly, this is where most people, fall on the lower spectrums of their identity or what they're here to do, their mission, is because they're calling on an angel. This angel is going to bring an angle of light, a moment of truth. It's going to blast it in front of you, but you're not prepared to see it. You're going to want to cover yourself up with the blinds because the light too bright. So why did you ask? If you're not prepared to see, why did you ask? Don't you hear that often? Asking you shall receive. I'm gonna tell you something about that statement, that beautiful spell. It's more potent than it's ever been. With Pluto in Capricorn, the next time Pluto will be in Capricorn, you would every single one of us right now would have to go through a 244-year cycle of life to see it come back around. Now, let's slow down for a bit with this now, okay? Because if you look, if you look in the Bible and you actually read it from a literal standpoint, let me tell you something. You should be the first person right now that when you look at astrology, you really look at it from a point of, oh shit, the Bible's a metaphor to this truth. You're going to see where they speak about people and families that are living 900 plus years, which means you'll be able to see Pluto come back around into Capricorn. Now, I say that to say this. Some of you, literally, your soul that's in your vessel right now has experienced this, but through a different physical vessel. Which is why certain traumas you may have are literally something that you've always experienced. It doesn't have to necessarily come from, let's say, where you came from. You could have been through so many different other types of ancestors, genealogy, whatever, through different lifetimes. But just allow your mind to just process what we're speaking on right now. That you're in a state where The planet that is furthest away from us, that has to do with generation, and what's one of those things that you hear constantly about curses, generational? Okay. Capricorn, Saturn energy, and the tarot deck is connected to the devil. However, that word backward speaks to the life you lived. Because the devil is not the devil itself. The devil, it's more so a light bringer. It's actually Lucifer, a twin to Archangel Michael. So anytime you cut a cord, you have a dual dynamic here now, where you are actually calling on Lucifer to bring light to the situation, to help you to step into a new dawn. So these cards over here be having me on some. I'm not understanding as to why this is happening. That normally doesn't happen. Somebody wants y'all to dim y'all light. You have Congo Mambo here at the bottom of the deck. Well, this is basically an energy of someone who can bring the occult to life. Bring that which is occulted and what's coded, simplify it, and just show it to you where you're on some, oh shit. You've known this your entire life. Some of you are new to this channel, new to the chat. I'm only about to confirm what you already know. But the fact that this is being confirmed about what you already know, it's time for you to put what you know and apply it. Put what you know into true application. Because this is what Pluto and Capricorn is going to have you do. Don't be sitting here doing anything that you feel as though, oh, I got to do this because tradition told me in order for me to be successful, I have to do these certain steps. But what's been missed out of that whole equation, make sure you're doing what you love so you can become the successful person that you decide success is for you. Not what the past has said. Because everything's always changing. So why go back to something that has already been evolved from? Let's get further into why then. Well, how many different systems you have in this world today that will actually enable that and make it seem as though it's correct? Get more familiar with universal law so you can see what is. Cause and effect. Right or wrong just says time is a construct of man, which can bring forth fear. That's how fear is born. Fear is born from right, wrong, good, bad, and time. Mishandled. I have to make more hibiscus water, matter of fact. That I'm thinking. So hibiscus could be of significance. It comes through as pomegranate, underworld energy. You know what the underworld is every time you close your eyes and you go to bed. You know exactly what it is. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to express this. Why am I expressing it this way? I could have just said it, but let me see what the numbers mean before. Not even. I don't got to do it before, but while I was in the dream realm or resting last night into today, previous night into today, because it wasn't the last night, because I'm here now, it's today, so it definitely wasn't the last night. I was awakened by hearing someone say Bella or Beja. It could have been Bea or Beja, Bella, Beja meaning beautiful, but I was asleep. So something about sleep and beauty. Some of you may want to rewatch or watch Sleeping Beauty. I'm going to also, just to see what comes through from that. And I might do that tonight after I get off of this live. Between now and the next live, I have to do that. So that way the next message, we're diving into that a little bit further. Because now that I'm saying it out loud, I said it earlier, but in saying it to y'all, I'm seeing it's the essence or the art, because time is an illusion. The art is an illusion. The art behind it is tuning into, you know, the essence of when you have your paintbrush into some paint. Let's say it's water paint. You have to dip the brush into water, dip it into paint so it doesn't dry up. So the essence of this is knowing when to dip the water into the paint to create this picture on this canvas. So furthermore, I'll watch Sleeping Beauty as well between now and the next live, which will be whenever that is. Just make sure that notification bell is on, because I could easily say tomorrow, but whatever. But Sleeping Beauty. But I heard it about, I would say 4 times. Now, I rose up, woke up, went back to sleep, and I had this other vision about with people, the people that were in that vision with me. Those are, one was a Libra, female energy. One is a Libra. The other one, I don't remember what she is. However, her name is connected to a Virgo that I know. Now, that could be 6th house, 7th house. So analyzing where you're balanced when it comes to significant one-on-one partnerships, because it also showed that the only way that we were all going to get on the bus is if I answered certain riddles. My dream state it be doing the most. I promise you. If Alice in Wonderland was a person's dream state, is literally my dream state. One of them. But the only way we was able to get on this bus, but the bus could also be significant to the Chariot, Cancer energy. Mars is in Cancer, was to answer the riddles. So, can you read the signs of the universe as to what it is that you're supposed to do with whatever energy is in your 4th house, or for some of you, if you're a Cancer rising? Well, if Mars is in Cancer and fuck. If Mars is in Cancer, Cancer rising, that's in your 1st house. It's you. You are the house. You are that body. Give me a second. Am I tripping right now? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Nah. Let me make sure. I don't want to be. I'll be getting practical about something here. Nah, that's not what I'm looking for. Ooh. Yep. Yeah, it would be. I'm not tripping. Why was that even happening? So something about, you know, your information. Don't feel as though you don't. Don't second guess yourself, because that never happens. I know that. That's significant. Some of you, you know information that you're actually second guessing. Second guessing. You could be a Leo rising. You could be a Leo rising. Now, Mars will be in Cancer up until April of next year, but it's going to go retrograde and then direct into the sign of Leo, but then retrograde again, which puts it back into Cancer. and it'll officially go into its journey into Leo after mid-April. So some of you that are Mars and Leo, that could be of significance too, where don't second guess what it is that you're being asked to liberate yourself from. Because 12th house speaks to, as far as liberate yourself from, there will be a level of rehab or rejuvenation, or your dream state is responding to you. If you're a Leo rising, or you could be a progressed Leo, where you're being placed into a position of seeing what's been hidden. Now, this can easily activate reasons as to why rehab is necessary, rejuvenation is necessary, getting more rest is necessary, because the 12th house speaks to prisons, rehab, rejuvenation, dreams. I'm getting more so mental prison though. Being in your head about something. I mean, as far as Leo, your polar opposite is Aquarius. And Pluto will be going into that completely come November. But now it's retrograde in the sign of Capricorn. So you really have to know what your truth is. Specifically for Leo rising, because this is something you're experiencing in your daily life with people. As a Leo moon, this will be something that you have knowledge of. That you have knowledge of. And with the Leo sun, this is something related to your purpose that you have knowledge of too. Where it's on some, Leo's very significant for some reason right now. You a Leo sun, Aquarius moon. Okay. Okay. I love your name, Unicorn Moon Dust, because that's leading me to say, for some of you, if you're single, somebody's playing a guitar. Somebody's literally playing a guitar right now. Yeah, Libra energy, because I have to run to the restroom. But unicorns do exist as far as someone who, let's say you're single. Don't feel no type of way if you're single and you have children. That's not about that. But some of you are literally allowing the universe to connect you with someone who doesn't have something that you don't want to experience because you've already experienced it before. So something as far as someone who has had children, for instance. You may want someone who is single without children, and you may be at a certain age where you feel as though, oh, that's not possible. Don't put yourself into that box, because it's more than possible. Just keep doing what you have to do and keep, placing yourself in that mindset of where you're at, because some of you are also in that position as well, where you are single without children. And there's nothing, you have every right to want to be with someone where you and them share first. That's all I'm gonna say. Doesn't matter what your age is, because people may feel as though so many different people that they may be attracted to or want to bring into their life already have children or in that experience of this, that, or whatever. But for others of you, this could be a connection where you're, connecting with someone who's been married, has children, but they're moving on from a situation. Because that's also what this Pluto in Capricorn retrograde at 29 degrees. 29 degrees is it's a master's type of degree. It's on some, if someone has Leo at 29 degrees, you're supposed to be extremely wealthy, but you have to know your purpose. However, you could still be extremely wealthy going against your purpose and doing something that goes against you. For some reason, they will, at this point, we would call it luck, where it just follows you. And, that type of expansion is going to come towards you. So wherever you have 29 degrees in your chart, just know that this is your lifetime when you came here to get it done. Get it in what done? Whatever sign that degrees is connected to. Okay? Hold on. Let me get your vibe out again.
Azane helped Anthony through night classes.
That's what's up, because I'm loving that, because the neighbors that I have now, somebody plays a guitar. I literally asked for, dope neighbors, and somebody plays a guitar upstairs. That's popping. I love that. Okay. All right. Let me see what the angels and ancestors is talking about with this energy here. I'm getting, don't let people take advantage of the way you feel. That's extremely layered though. The way I'm feeling it, there's so many, it's an onion. it's so layered, because obviously for each of you, I'm picking up a lot of energy right now. Then y'all be wondering why I be having my head covered. Shit. Because it allows me to funnel the energy, honestly. Now, there's times where I don't have my hair covered, but something about this year cycle, literally almost a year. But anyway, it's so layered because of not letting someone take advantage of your feelings because of the burden they're still holding on to. Trust in the unknown, Father Sky. The eagle is there. So something's unknown, but you know that it's unknown, so you got a bird's eye view about what you don't know. Don't let someone take advantage of your feelings. You got a bird's eye view on something you don't know, what's unknown, meaning the only way this is going to transform when it comes to something outside of you is if that something outside of you decides to go through a transformation, simply stated. Right? I just saw a broken arrow that's in this deck. Forgot what that card says. See your seeds grow. Trust in the unknown. See your seeds grow. Spring. I keep picking up on that energy too, where these upcoming cycles, these months that are going to get colder, is going to feel warmer to you. Mind you, this here, see your seeds grow, is clarifying this here, Dambala La Flambeau energy, the red serpent root chakra fire energy, clarified by this rabbit. It could eat this rabbit up too, though. Now, each and every one of these cards so far, as far as the angels and ancestors, is pulling through an animal, including the card at the bottom of the deck. So, here's the thing. Virgo does speak to animals as well, or pets. And each of these could be a pet for someone. A serpent, rabbit, hare, a bird, eagle specifically, or an owl. If someone can train them. Now, here's the thing. 3 of these have to be well trained or not venomous for someone to be able to have them. Why is that coming out this way, angels and ancestors? Not even this. It's not even that deck right now. Why is that coming out that way? Very weird. Why is this coming out that open your presence? Open up to the present 33. The master teacher. See, here's the thing about this life path. As a master teacher life path of 33, you better make sure you're placing yourself in a position of being that master teacher where a 6 will go through the same experiences that if you as a life path 33 will respond as a 6. It's very easy as a life path 33 to get irritated by people and joke about it, but that's part of your lesson where it's not so much a joke because the universe don't understand, overstand if you're joking about something. You expressed it, what you said is what it is. I literally have people certain frequencies connect to me that are ascended life path numbers where as a life path 22, as a master builder, I have to see, yeah, I won't use this material to continue to build with because it's going to create more dysfunction. You see, so right side up, 133, divine guidance surrounds you now. Divine guidance surrounds you now. That's not going, that puts you in a position where making a decision is not going to be the easiest thing at all. At all. The decision you have to make is uncomfortable. But that speaks to your North Node. When you make a comfortable decision, you're putting yourself in the South Node position. This shows more through whatever house that's in at this point. Right now, the North and South Node is in Aries and Libra. North Node, Libra, South Node. North Node, Aries, South Node, Libra. X-ray vision. We went from 33-1 to 33-2. Open your presence, X-ray vision. That's dragon energy. We are in the year of the dragon. So 66. Some of your birthdays can come to a 66. Living large, 7. Let me pause for a sec. Man. Open your presence, X-ray vision. What's going on in the present moment right now? What is happening in this present moment is what we have to get clear about. It started off smooth. What's going on in the present moment? What's going on in the present moment? Show me this present moment. What's the guidance for the present moment? 7:11 on the clock. What's the guidance for the present moment? Open your presence, X-ray vision. See, immediately you'll look at this and think, oh, there's something in front of me that I'm supposed to open because it's for me. But then the guidance is detachment. X-ray vision. You see it clearly. You see right through what's happening in your present moment. You know exactly what you have to detach from. If it doesn't bring you joy, if you have to scale it from 1 to X-ray vision, you got the dragon. There you go. You can't make this shit up. You just can't. You can't. You can't make it up. A dragon wants what it wants. It's not going to sit here and play around with maybe. Nah. We're in the year of that. It's the year of either we going to build this bridge or we going to burn the fuck out of it. Or we're just not going to cross over it at all. And it can seem as though one is burning the bridge. The burning of the bridge and not crossing it at all right now in this year of the dragon is depending on where you at in your heart space, it could be one and the same. If you at an elevated state in your heart space, it'll be one and the same. But the message here, we're starting on slow. Open your presence. The guidance is detachment, faith, and harmony. You are being guided to follow your inner wisdom. Find clarity and focus on purpose, passion, and joy. Begin now to reinvent yourself and your life. You are a powerful co-creator with limitless inner wisdom and infinite potential. As far as recognizing this type of power, it's going to require you to have some level of experience to actually hear that message and say, okay. For some of you, it's okay. I'm done. Okay, I could fix this with this person. Those of you who can say, I can fix this with this person, if there's something that you haven't done that this person has requested of you, but because of your trauma, you weren't able to provide that energy. You just have to know and really be honest with yourself. Did you do everything that you felt as though, would allow this situation to progress and this person was still moving from a past version of you? Or you were doing, the things that you had to change, but not fully. And this person had faith in you and decided, I got to go because they couldn't take anymore. You got to know where you at in this. I know where you at in this. Respectfully, my love. I know I love y'all, but I'm here to deliver the truth. The way my Sagittarius energy is set up, I can't sugarcoat shit. I don't know how to. I honestly do not know how to sugarcoat anything. I just can't. It's not in me at all. It's just not in me. Even when I feel as though I'm saying the sweetest things to a person. Nope. Not quite. Not quite, baby. That's no. If you see this situation for the way you're supposed to see it, you're going to be living large. For some of you not 25 yet, you're going to feel as though you're 25 again, or you'll physically appear as the version of yourself that you may have wanted to be at 25. Most people have this ideal about, when I'm 25, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. 25 came, not too far from your Saturn return, all hell broke the fuck loose. All those goals and aspirations, why the fuck? Oh, apparitions. Well, you was living a life of an apparition. It was, shit seemed as though you was living in hell or seeing ghostly shit, but that was your life. That was real life. It wasn't no ghost. It wasn't no, that was your life. You You were seeing what you were seeing. X-ray vision, you were seeing what you were seeing. But see it for what it is now. See exactly for how it is. 6 and 6, that's a 12. Pisces energy, the hidden, what you gotta rejuvenate yourself from, possibly do self-rehab or go speak to someone. For some of you, that's part of it. Well, you might have felt as though whoever this is that you was connected to, that's someone you can speak to, but they put you further into your trauma. But let me tell you something. If you was experiencing somebody that put you further into your trauma, just know how strong you are. And I'm telling this to you right now, and you're here. Just understand how strong you are. And where your soul actually connected to your spirit and your ego to say, let's do this. You may not remember, but right before that, you more than possibly asked for the greatest version of your life. Well, the greatest version of your life is going to require you to go through this, clean up this, demolish that, say fuck no to that, say you gotta go, say I love you to this. I'm sorry I did this. I forgive this, to get to your crown. It's a cycle. Not enjoying it is going to put you through a detrimental state of mind easily. Especially, first and foremost, you over here on this channel. You're only going to find this channel for 2 reasons. Either you a demon that don't recognize that I know demons very well. And me and demons, we here on some, you're not going to come over here and fuck around and fuck shit up. But if the person or that energy doesn't know how to operate with that energy, they're coming here to fuck shit up. But that's not what they really gonna do. They're gonna be fucking themselves over. Too highly protected over this way. Seen it too many times. I don't want to see it anymore. Or, even if you don't have that type of access just yet, just know your vessel, your mind, your subconscious, your soul has a way of connecting with these higher level of energies to get you through situations that when you take a moment and just, I literally just went through all this and I'm still here. I'm still growing. I may not be exactly where I want to be, but you're here. What does that mean? You have an opportunity to change something. You have an opportunity to make something happen. That's all you want right now. I'm not going to say that's all you need. Because as strong as you are and you over here, you're always going to have that. So it's not something you need. You have the opportunity. Make the best of it, though. 1919 on the clock. Some of you are going through some serious karmic energies. And I'm picking this up as this will be your 3rd time going through Pluto and Capricorn. Because we're in Pluto and Capricorn. That's every 244 years. More or less. 244, 48, depending on the retrogrades or whatever. But 1919, it came through as this is your 3rd time doing this. So you can look at your mommy, your daddy, your uncle, whatever, but it's much deeper than that, my love. Much deeper than that. Much deeper than that. Tell me about that energy. Bring it. 11, the visionary. You can see. You can see this happening. Bring love into the situation. Some of you, you've really connected to saying on a deeper level of nothing is given to you more than you can handle. And I mean that on a serious note right now. Nothing is given to you more than you can handle. Because a lot of y'all, where this message is coming through, you've been through some shit. It's to the point where you don't talk about it because you have the strength to overcome it. So you don't feel as though it's anything, where This is what I mean. This shows you how strong you are and how it's connected to source. Whenever you speak of the three-letter word how something is going to happen, that means you're allowing the Most High to step into your situation and take care of whatever aspects that you have handled, from what you can do to who, what, when, where, and why. And you allow the universe, when it comes to how, to figure out the rest. But if you're giving the who, what, when, where, and why to source as far as the how and connecting to the how, this is where these experiences that you're strong enough to handle, and it seems as though you've handled it, that you go through these experiences to see, okay, I'm here right now so much so I can bring love into a situation after everything that's happened. For some of you, that's what you got to step into now. What do I mean by that? Bring love into a situation. Okay, let's say someone fucked you over. If you disconnect from something, I said this in the other message. I'm just gonna be as blunt as I can be right now. It might, that's a trigger warning for some of you. Okay. If someone has done anything to you, okay, and you give them the power of your anger, not even so much give them the power of your anger. Let's rewind that before we get to that, because it does get to that. If you are angry about a situation when it comes to what someone has done to you, you are literally giving them your power. You are literally giving them your power. This Virgo season, it's very critical, because Virgo is also about that. It's the perfectionist. It's very critical about what it does. It's also the cleaner. So when it comes to cleaning shit up during this Virgo season, be very critical as to the way you're feeling about situations. And again, going back to what I was saying about, and be real blunt about this. Because each and every one of us have a certain length of energy in this realm. There's going to come a point where either, see, here's the thing. I can't even say that right now, because the way this Pluto and Capricorn energy is operating, we've been here before. So I can't even say that the soul is going to recycle. It's on some, the soul is going to a whole different other planet. Now, this whole other planet may not be as lenient as Earth is, wherever this soul is going. But best to believe you'll have every memory as what you were supposed to change when you were in this realm and you had the opportunity to learn that lesson and change it. See, in this here realm of Earth, you feel things, but you may not have memory unless you're doing some type of spiritual work on yourself, or, seeking the assistance of someone to help you to go through these paths as to why all of this is occurring for you, or what's really going on with you. Where do you come from? What's really going on? And see, here in this realm, you don't have remembrance of that. But see, you can go into a whole nother different planet where there are a whole different sets of universal laws, not even a whole different sets of universal law, the universal law really being applied, but you have your memory. Because what's coming through right now as I'm saying this, in any other planet, when the child is going through the birth canal, however the birth canal is, there's not a loss of memory. Just here. Why? Because it's school. What happens in school? Don't they test you on your memory? Isn't everything that's taught in the classes based off of, oh, you have a test based on what you can, what? Remember. I'm only here to make you think so you can recalibrate and reconnect with your soul memory. There are many subsets to that, but that's the primary source as to why I do these type of messages, or any other message, however it comes out, because there are different people on different journeys that's connected to the message. And that leads to this other statement. You disconnect from someone, and again, people pass on. plenty of us have situations with people that if they pass on, you feel that. Here's how you know. If someone has passed on and you feel as though, you really let that go. You let it go. But if that person passes on and you feel any type of remorse as far as, man, I could have said something, this, that, or whatever. Think about that. You don't even have to speak to the person, but just allow yourself to do a self-meditation where you are literally talking to this person, so and saying, give me my energy back respectfully so I can give you back yours, and we can go our separate ways. See, to speak about the soul and the different wavelengths of it, it wasn't always this, let's just talk about it. Let's do it live and let the messages come out. Nah. Shit was not always this way. No. But I've gone through my experiences too, where I have to see situations exactly for what it is. Because here's what I've learned, 7:27, right now on the clock. And I said this before. If I can make these changes to be able to express myself to a person a certain way, and I'm not seeing any change come from that conversation, we're going to let that go. We're going to let that go. Because today is today. And if you really look at it, that's all you got. All you got is right now. People be playing this waiting game of waiting for somebody to do something differently. Don't waste your time doing that. Don't waste that paintbrush and that paint and not creating something that you got all these ideas wrapping around your mind, but you just sitting there wondering. When you have everything in front of you as to bringing forth this wonder into reality. He just said, find out. You can live life and find out, or fuck around and find out. So bring forth that vision. Especially if you're life path 11. You're the visionary. You can see everything. You can see everything. So boy, if you got Taurus placement, sun, moon, rising, and you a life path 11, or earth sign, life path 11, yeah, or born on the 11th, or on November, or 2011, 2011, that'd be a youngin right now, but that youngin is not young. Ain't that young. From scratch, 6. When a 33 is moving from a low vibration, they moving from a 6. Not to say that a 6 is a low vibration. Life path 6 is a life path 6. But a 33 operating as a 6 is a low vibrational person. Meaning, they could be extremely analytical, overthinkers to their detriment. You got superhero here at the bottom of the deck from scratch. Source said enough about what I was about to say. Let me see. We got superhero knock knock. Okay. 4, 31, 14, 5, 3, 4. Let me see. That's a 7 again. Leaping. Hold on. Let me see. Superhero. 28. Smooth and easy. Path is not as hard as you think. Another 10. 2 10s. 10, 10. You got to demolish it. Wrecking ball. Smooth and easy when you hit that, when you use your wrecking ball. Something about December. What about December? Because that flipped out fast. Stop musing right along with this energy because it ain't for you. Spirit's been blocking something out of your life for a while now. For some of you, 7 days, 7 seconds, 7 minutes, 7 hours, 7 days, 7 cycles of days, 7 months, 7 years, decades, centuries, eons, whatever. But 7. You've been seeing 7s quite often. Let me see what this is. Let me get my tarot cards. It's getting dark. What's this 7? The Magician. What about the Magician? The World card and Judgment. Oh, see, no, this here, what this is telling me is whatever situation this was blocking you from actually manifesting and deciding on a decision that you know is best for you. They said read the dragon. What the that's what the fuck. Excuse my language. You have the dragon with the phoenix under it. Both of these, no. The heron and the phoenix speak of faith. In order for you to, because both the heron and the phoenix, they give the energy of detaching from situations, but you gotta have faith. Your lack of faith is costing you. Your lack of faith is costing you. Faith is connected to Pisces energy, 12th house. So, okay. If we're speaking to the age of Pisces, obviously Pluto and Capricorn energy happened several times because in every age you have 2,000 years to each age. We're stepping into the age of Aquarius fully. It been started ages ago, well, years ago. But your belief system or religion is affecting you right now. Some of you haven't stepped out of your shell because of a religion you're connected to. And because it's called religion, that's why you are not progressing. Why you label it as a religion is why you're not progressing. Because you know the truth of it. This is not for someone who is progressing and they're still that's not what this message is for. This is for those of you who truly know what that means. Meaning, everybody's in a different part of their journey. It's simply stated. Everybody's at a different part of their journey. When you know what that word truly means to what it is that you have access to and what's the truth, just don't be that person that disregards truth just to be comfortable with the lie. Don't be skeptical about the truth just to be comfortable with a lie. Because it allows you to fit in. Anybody could squeeze their foot into a shoe or attempt to. But why squeeze yourself? Why squeeze your foot? The things, the foundation that your body uses to walk on. You know what I'm saying? Why sacrifice that? Some of you may have to listen to interviews of people who are in wheelchairs. So you can gain the gratitude that you have access to moving whenever you want. Something as simple as that, but it can be extremely complicated at the same time. So when it comes to expressing gratitude for what you have access to, you have feet, Can you wake up each rising, roll yourself out of bed without somebody helping you, without having to get into something else so that way you can move around? You bet that's the best place to start. Second, after recognizing, you got another opportunity in the physical vessel to apply whatever your soul wants to experience. Because the soul is eternal. The soul is never going to die. The soul doesn't die, which is why not everyone has a soul. It's time for each and every one of you to recognize where the soul is and where it isn't. Because not everything walking has one. That's the macro to the micro. Some of you have great teachers and some of you have teachers in school that shouldn't even be teachers. Well, there you go. That's your example of a soul, no soul. Simply stated. I'm not saying that those teachers didn't have a soul, but that's just the perspective of it. As far as Earth School in general, when you go to Earth School, your experience is your teacher. Your teacher is your experience. From the macro level. From the micro level, you have different people, whether if it's a mentor, parent, a sibling, aunt, uncle, cousin, teacher, coaches, teammates, a partner, whatever. These are all things outside of you. And what is a soul? It's speaking to astrology more so. Look at it both ways. That which connects to your purpose, that which disconnects you from it. And now we go to that word which. It's showing you direction. So when speak of this witchcraft essence, you're crafting which direction, you are to go based on what the compass of your soul is guiding you towards. Y'all more than all right, though. Y'all are more than all right. Just put the pep in them steps, okay? Put them pep in them steps, baby, because it's time. It's time. It's time for it. I said it's time, and we was talking about time with the paintbrush, and this is a Home Depot ad, and they painting. So there's that synchronicity. Give me 1 second. Let me turn these lights on and stuff. It's not too dark. That's my jam.
Baby, now they play, make we turn on this place, make we share my yama, I am a cosa. Me, I don't want to fight, I go give with the ginger tonight. Make we do for the corner, corner. Say it's a prayer for my come make you spend all my money, if you want from me, jelly, now your body with the top of the make you spend all my money, if you want from me, jelly, now your body with the top of the things what you do when you fuck with my head, I get a thing when they don't come out the place, she not to do what they spend the money for,
The explanation of wig try made you smile. That's what it is, though. That's really what it is. But the dragon, right back to it. You are being guided to tap into your inner wisdom and find your higher purpose. You have a unique gift to present to the world. The time has come to showcase yourself and your abilities. Be strong and courageous through your transition. The Phoenix message. You are being guided to remove what no longer serves you from your life. Turn your ideas into action. They will transcend beyond your expectations. As you detach, doors of opportunities will begin to open and something magnificent will emerge. So, as far as what brings you success, you're doing something that makes you that's comfortable. Step out of, okay. Let's get you stepping outside your comfort zone. Let's say you had all of the funds to do exactly what you desired. What would that be? That's giving Lucifer energy. So tell me, what do you desire? That's what Lucifer be saying. Have y'all watched that show? That's really what he be saying though. Well, it's a he in the show. As you get towards the end of it, it gets wild as far as the people involved. Who's involved? The demon that be with him, Mazikeen. They be talking about how she is Lilith's daughter. It's a lot. It's a whole lot that go on in there. And the partner of Lucifer is a demon to the demon's mother is Lilith. And we all got Lilith in our chart. Go figure. How sway is that? Yep. There's a reason why there's certain books missing out the Bible. There's a reason. There's a reason to all of it. You just got to be wise enough to ask questions. Now, see, here's my thing. I'm not going to say there's a dumb question. However, and it's not that I'm not going to say there's no dumb question, because I feel as though there are dumbass questions. I really do. I'm not one of them. No, there are dumb questions, actually. The dumb questions are questions of what you just asked several times, but are afraid and apply fear to not handling what the answer is. That's a dumbass. You're choosing to be dunce. You're choosing to be dumb. So yeah, there are dumb questions. People say that to be nice. That doesn't mean they're being fucking kind, though. There's a difference between being kind and being nice. Be highly aware to those that say, "Oh, I'm just being nice." They can't stand you. There's nothing about being nice. Notice when that comes out, "Oh, I'm just saying that to be nice." Oh, so you're not telling the truth. People wonder as to why I disconnect from them, because we don't speak the same language. And I don't want to learn your language because I already graduated from that. I already graduated from ignorance and stupidity ages ago. Applied it in this lifetime, but not as long as I've done in previous lifetimes. I'm not doing that this time around. No way. Absolutely not. For what? Because I'm clearly seeing that there's still certain things that should have been changed are still happening within one's own bloodline. And they say chosen. From my perspective, that's what we speaking to. The way I can express that. I'm reading a book right now, and it speaks about the community leaving offerings every full moon for this wood spirit. It reminded me of Lilith. Yep. There's so many people who have their ideas of Lilith. Now, Adam's first shorty, I guess you would say. Adam. Now, let's look at this from a scientific perspective. Atom's first counterpart is Lilith. Now, in the word Lilith, you have the word Lili, or 5151, 66, and in runes, Thuti size is a gateway. Telling you, spells. That's why when people come to me and they talk to me about situations, I can tell you exactly what's best for you. You may not understand the spelling of these words, and people may not understand the words that they're using, but these is what these words. Dog over here howling and shit. As if it was a wolf. Howling. Wolf, moon energy, subconscious mind, get into the depths of it. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear it, but his parents left him behind. He over there talking. Poor baby, he's a sweetheart. But yeah, that's when that moon in Virgo really kick in. All right, y'all. Let me get y'all some more messages, because I'll sit here and just be talking. not about to read that the way that shit go. Okay. These cards over here. Let me put these Voodoo New Orleans tarot deck. As a matter of fact, let me get one and I'm gonna read it from the text for y'all. Hold on. Let's get one. Give me one for the collective. Give me one for the collective source. That'll probably calm him down too. Let's see. One more. Stay calm. Stay calm. So this card in this deck, Ogun Flambeau, which is the Five of Wands, but they came out in reverse. Now, upright, what I'm getting from this, because let me give you the essence of this card when I see it, when I'm pulling for myself. If this card comes out and I see anyone, specifically a man who may possibly look as though he has gone through a war, homeless, or just not in his own mind, limping, it shows me that my battles are being fought for. The fact that it came out in reverse, you're on your way to victory. The battles have been fought already. And if I'm not mistaken, he howled 3 times. They're having me say what we know about 3, 3rd time's the charm, power of 3. It's 753, which is 12-3, that's 3-3. This is the energy, when you look at it upright, it speaks of the spirit that was utilized to overcome Hitler's ways. Now, also, Hitler uses the symbol of the sun in a different way, but in using it in a different angle, creates a different energy. Very similar to a word that has its original meaning, but when it's changed into a different angle, it can change the meaning of it, and it can create a different power within the psyche of the human because of vibration and sounds and frequency and waves. Now, if there's an image that connects to that, that's when you get all hell breaking loose. I'm doing the best I can, okay, to explain this as neutral as possible. 7:55. You get it, you get it. You don't, catch me on another live. It may resonate then. It may resonate then. But for some, you come over here because of a tower moment that you have literally been avoiding. That's the other message I got a few days ago. I got that a few days ago, okay? About you step into people's lives and you create tower moments. That's not the best feeling ever, because a tower moment, once you're going through this spiritual awakening, you realize the tower is a moment where shit get pulled from up under your feet and you got to change everything immediately. Which is why I say, if you're here, you're in a position where you're prepared to change everything by any means necessary that doesn't hurt you or anybody else. If someone chooses to be inflicted by your change, that's up to them. But you didn't do anything necessarily to harm them. At least not physically or mentally. Everyone has a choice as to what it is that they're thinking. Don't put yourself into a position that when you make a decision and someone doesn't, overstand, understand, because understanding is a personal affair. You have to understand yourself in order to have an overstanding with another. Because understanding, you know what you're doing when you're asking someone to understand you, you're asking someone to stand under you, or for you to stand under them if you don't understand that what you're asking for. Listen, use these words for what they are. If you got two words in one, the same way people say be aware of people with a first and a last name, that's a first name or whatever. If there's a word that got two words in it, really break down that word and you'll see the contradiction in life just based off of words. And what are words? We all had a spelling test. Every single one of us in here had a spelling test. Whether you went to school, we all had a spelling test. Testing your what? Memory on what? Words. You see how memory just be creeping up in there? I'll make you think. $7.57. I'll make you think. Connect to your higher self. You just can't have no fear about what anyone thinks of you. I will say, along my entire journey, what was the most difficult was trusting myself and what I know. Why? Because of the way I feel when I go against it. Even if there's someone you feel as though, or you may feel as though that they may know more than you. Nobody knows more or less than you. You are you. But then let's slow this shit down a bit. You do have people who do get beside themselves and just out here on some fuckery, because they sitting here messing with different entities and don't recognize what the fuck is going on. Now, these certain words that people call curses, those are not curses. I'm not going to show you what a curse is, but those are not curses. I don't have to show you that. You know what a curse is. What's the feeling that you still holding on to when somebody's doing you dirty, treating you as shit from their ass, but you keep calling back to them? That's a curse. That's a curse. I don't have to show you what a curse is. This is why I will prefer homeschool for my children when that day comes. Yo mama a whole lyring and tarrying, all type of shit. Okay? So you know what I mean? My sister homeschools and I love her for it. Yep. Homeschooling is the best thing. That's all I'm gonna say. For real. Because here's the thing about schools. There are 12 different types of intelligence, but you'll only get at least 3 in the educational system. Logic, rhetoric, math, possibly emotional intelligence, but there's not enough emotionally intelligent teachers within the school system, so that's not really being taught. But there's so much more. You got music. You got so much more that certain students go into classes and say they want to act, they want to do music, and the teacher would say that's not a way for you to be successful, because they don't see that as a form of intelligence, because they only know 2 out of the 12. Now, you notice that number 12 is repetitive. Whether if it's a 12 disciples, 12 levels of what is it? Intelligence, 12 disciples, 12 intelligence, 12 zodiac signs to get you to 13 to transform yourself. Because once you transform yourself and you get to 13, now you're able to be receptive to it all. But there's levels to it. So that shit automatically have you in your thought process on some. So initially, I really start with 12 chakras, not 7. I mean, if you got 12 strands of DNA for now, why would you have 7 chakras only? Because once you get to 8 to 12, you're speaking of the soul star chakra. Now you're speaking to your soul. Now you're speaking into your Akashic records. Now you're speaking to what you came into this realm with, but you forgot going through the birth canal. As I was saying before, when it comes to your soul, and there's certain things that you don't let go of, and the soul gets tired in this realm, and you go into a whole nother different planet, you're gonna remember all the shit that you wanted to change, but you may not be able to change it there. I mean, not so much you won't be able to change it there, but you won't have the time that you had here to change it. It's on some, you thought about it that minute, you better change it the next second. Well, that soul gonna leave that body within that next 3 seconds. If time moves, the time gonna move a lot faster somewhere else. Time moves slow as shit over here. This is why Sagittarius is the doorway of becoming that God level energy. I don't know if any of you have ever experienced a sun, moon, rising Sagittarius that knows themselves. If they disconnect themselves from you. Now, I say that because, yes, I am a Sag. When I disconnect from people, before I get to that point, let me put some respect on it. Before getting to that point, okay? We gonna make sure we're looking at what we're seeing. 9th house, whatever rules your 9th house, just know the 9th house mantra is I see. When you look at your chart, because the 9th house for everybody is going to be something different. Okay? But as a sun in Sag and a Uranus in Sag at 29 degrees, shit going to change. Remember what I told you about 29 degrees in Sagittarius? 29 degrees, it's you going to get it done this time. You have to get it done this time. So I have to get my purpose done this time. Just to give you a little bit more scope as to, the energy that y'all are connecting to here on this channel. Because for some, the messages that I may deliver may be too triggering. And there's going to be a time that you got to step away from me. Do that. I'd rather you step away than to sit in something and get in your feelings. Because I'm going to tell you right now, respectfully speaking, you're going to fuck yourself up that way. And here's why. Because I'm not going to take on the energy of anything or anyone that goes against what I know what my purpose is. When you know what your purpose is, you don't have space to allow anyone to get in the way of that. You don't have the energetic realm, sphere, just potency and volume to allow something just to get in there and say, I'm gonna take some of this energy from you. Now, when the energy doesn't reach you, and the person is looking to disengage you from your purpose, and it doesn't reach you, they're actually disengaging themselves more and more away from themselves. I see that too often. With people who feel as though that they can test me. And I'm not even here for anybody, because I don't give a fuck. Respect, I don't give a fuck. I really don't. But you know what I do care about? Is that I prefer a person not to do so, which is where, you know what I'm saying? I say what I got to say, because tired. You're just tired, okay? When you get tired, you put shit to, when you really tired, Just think with me for a little bit. When you tired, or let's say some of you who still smoke your trees. You see, when you get to that level and all you can do is take a fucking nap, that's what happens when it comes to the bullshit. Then I got Jupiter and Taurus at 29 degrees. So come on. Now, again, to each his own as far as what anybody wants to do and they want to, the way they want to process it. But don't subliminally test me, because I always feel that. I feel that more than when someone is, you know what I'm saying? When someone is direct, there's nothing for me to feel because you was direct about it. So there's nothing for me to feel. But when it comes to energies of people just... So we dancing salsa now? That's what we doing? We... I got that Cuba in my blood too, so we can dance salsa all day. When we get the vueltas and the spinning, you don't get dizzy. don't get dizzy. Don't be losing your step in. Oh my God, mira coño. That was my grandmother. That was my mom just now. That was not okay. You know what? It's Virgo season. I highly expect it. I mean, what else is not gonna happen? You see what I did there? What else is not going to happen? So, in general, wherever you have, or whatever's ruling your fire houses, 1st, Aries, 5th, Leo, 9th, Sagittarius, or where you got those signs at, you know, really, really dive into them energies and get into a wave where you are grounding it during this Virgo season while Pluto is in Capricorn, okay? Because while Pluto is in Capricorn, 29 is... Let me go through this. Excuse me. Let me do this. 24. Where's my little gritty grid? Let me see. 24 will be here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's yeah, that is Leo. Okay. Yep. That's why that was coming out with Leo energy then. All right. Leo, yeah, 29 is a Leo degree. Five, 17, and 29 is a Leo degree. 517, is it 5, 17, 11, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17. Yeah, it is. 5, 17, 29 is a Leo degree. So wherever you have 5, 17, 29, those are Leo degrees. And that's actually where your highest potency of finances come in. 5 degrees. It's quick money. 17 is stable, but not so much. It may come through as generational wealth, but it's hitting the lotto, but wasting it within 2 days. Spending it within 2 days without investing in shit. But 29 is on some, okay, you got the point. You get it now. Okay. We did all that. Why? Why? Let's see. I haven't did a crystal ball reading in a minute. It's a season for it. It's coming soon though. It's coming soon though. I just got the answer why, but it's coming soon. We'll do crystal ball readings. Panda. Balance, harmony, the detachment for the 3rd time. Is it 3rd? Yes. You are being guided to remove self-sabotaging, 8 of Swords, thoughts and feelings, and no longer label yourself or others. Ooh, You are being guided to remove self-sabotaging thoughts and feelings and no longer label yourself or others. Take a step back and find a harmonic balance within your life and its relationships. Align with your core values, your Venus placement in the house that it's in and where it's transiting at this time, and embrace the magic of today. I just gave you what you can do for your personal reading right now, for your own personal reading. I'm not repeating myself. We're going to move on. So I said don't repeat yourself. Because that's a whole bonus. I want to clarify why this came out. What was handled? What was actually the world card at the bottom of the deck? The closing of a cycle and start a new one. Betrayal, 10 of swords at the heart of it. Some of y'all, I'm telling you, some of y'all go through situations that people would never know you experience because you don't talk about it. Because you don't even talk about it. And when I say you don't talk about it, this could be that you know exactly as to why you move a certain way and what levels and experiences you've had that, you know, influence this energy that you carry as far as being in a warrior state, not a warrior, 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 warrior state. What led to that? But you suppress it, but not fully to where people don't have an understanding of it, but it's not for people to understand. It's for you to understand what got you to that level. So that way you can find the elixir within that. That's the whole thing about it. That's the whole thing. That's the way I learned it. Because these hands used to fly. Okay, these hands flew. When tears roll down this face, these hands are flying with it. 108 on the clock. I'm telling you. Some of you have a strong triple goddess energy within you. Because 108, it connects to the feminine principle energy of the dark goddess. Why did this come out, Ogun? It's the same fucking card. You see? I'm telling you. Some of y'all got this. It's definitely a hidden spirit because my nose itching. It's an aggravating spirit that's been around you that's actually being overcome now. Five of Wands with the Five of Wands upright. Now I'm going to the astrology cards because now who is this? Instead of working together, they worked against you. Instead of working together, they worked against you. This is something close. This is something real close. This is something that you was able to be vulnerable with. That Five of Wands, I always see that. And then you got the fifth house when I stopped shuffling. This could have been a partner, literally. They think, man. The way my nose itching right now, that's not okay. Nope. I'm not saying not for you. As long as you keep your heart pure, you're not going to receive this end of the stick. Just put it that way. Just put it that way. Look at this. Aquarius, first house, but Pluto was under that before this fell on the ground. But what else is this? Scorpio. You could be a Pluto and Scorpio generation, or you could have Pluto in your first house. Let me tell you something. If you got Pluto in your first house, my face is saying it all as to why I just said, as long as you are in a pure state with your heart space, you got nothing to worry about. You ain't just let it go. But you've been really asking people to chill out, because your image, your life force is Pluto. If you got Pluto in the first house, what is Pluto? Death, rebirth, transformation that happens through personal growth, through deep, sensitive, psychological areas of life. How many people are willing to go to the depths of their life without escaping from it or doing things to escape from it? Not many. You don't have that option with Pluto in the first house. Or you could be a Scorpio ascendant, Scorpio rising. But as a Scorpio rising, here's what I'm going to tell you. It's some of you better recognize when people are actually on your side and not against you. So there's two sides to this now. Because it's real easy with that Scorpio energy to get obsessive and possessive of the power that you have and feel as though everybody around you is wrong. It could come so close to where you have one specific person that you literally go through a significant cycle with, who was literally, let's say, your guardian angel or your guardian demon, your moral guardian as a demon, but you disrespect that moral guardian as a demon. Okay. It'll protect you until a point where you go against those morals of that guardian demon that's connected to an angel. Been sending you messages and messages over and over. Oh, you're drowning. You're waiting for a boat to come. But you're constantly being sent different ways of getting out of that position where you could still be drowning. And you allow yourself to drown. Just to give different perspectives into this energy. But let me see. Show me. Who's this Five of Wands? Mercury. This could be a Gemini or a Virgo. Mercury speaks to the trickster. But a little bit more. This is how you think, communicate, write, talk, and travel. Again, I just said about that explanation I just gave. Where you're not recognizing when source is bringing you the energy. Because again, the how energy belongs to source. You are in control of the who, what, when, where, and why. How is not your place. How something happens is not your place. Let that go. But that's also within the language as to the way humans communicate too. That's a subtle as spell to go against what you're here to do. Show me. Let's see. Subtle as spell. Let me see. Aquarius. Mercury and Aquarius. Why did I make that expression? Why did that expression come out? Well, Mercury and Aquarius, when it comes to your how, what you're thinking of, is coming about, it's coming through from energies of the future. So there's something here about what you are being asked to let go of as far as the battle that you have already won and the wars you have already won that actually affects your work, health, and duty area of your life, what you came here to do. You've been saying this the whole time, though. If this energy puts you into a rebellious state, be mindful of that. It makes you uncomfortable. Not in a way of stepping outside your comfort zone. It actually suppresses you deeper into your comfort zone. puts you into a fetal position, even if you're not in that fetal position, but it's been doing that. Or something here in regards to where you have these moments of sadness that are there. You have more sadness than you have joy in your life. You don't know where to go to for help. You've been, and it's something that you've been connected to. Forget this, something you've been connected to. You haven't been secure enough within yourself to step outside of yourself, out of your comfort zone, to, I would say, ask source for the assistance that's going to allow you to move forward. Not just first asking another person for assistance. No. For truly being sure, when you go into these deep, meditative, affirmative, praying positions or standpoints in life, you're going to be asking for things that you won't normally ask from another person. And usually that's what happens when it comes to meditations, affirmations, and things of that nature. But some of you even have issues with just doing your meditations or affirmations, that when you do them, there's something still within you that doesn't allow you to know that what you're asking for, you're capable of receiving. 8:22 on the clock, 8:23, 8:23. 2023 could be of significance last year. This time last year, between August and September of last year, is significant right now. You had a whole year of this. You see? Listen, baby, your prayers have been answered. You see the thickness of this deck now. A gift in secret pacifies and turns away anger, and a bribe in the lap strong wrath. Yes. Some of you have been receiving help from people out of bribery, where they were bribing you. That they were just helping you just to say, oh, I helped this person. Some of you have to heal from that, where you know that there's people that you had certain achievements and accomplishments and they felt as though, oh, this is why. Or you have to disconnect or do a cord cutting from people who feel as though, oh, because of I'm in this position in my life, it was because of you, but you and this person no longer talk to each other, and now they're talking shit about you, but you may not even know this about this person, but there's something going on in your life where you're feeling, why is something so disconnected? Because this person now is feeling as though, instead of expressing gratitude from where you came from where you and that person have came from, as far as, you know, the evolution of relationships with the soul, from another soul to another soul, for each soul to evolve. Now this person is talking shit about you, even if it's just within their own mindset. It doesn't have to be with another person. This is what I mean about spells and the way people are having conversations. It doesn't have to be external to you. It's as long as you're having a conversation and those words are popping through your mind and you understand it as logic through words, it's happening. The same way it would happen with someone outside the person. Okay. Aldebaran, Gemini energy, Gemini 9 degrees, which is a royal star energy connected to Archangel Michael. It's connected to the silver gates, which is where souls descend to earth, which is, yeah, definitely true, because Gemini it's the final process of the brain, you know, being developed enough to come into this world. From Gemini, I think, to Cancer, I feel, but the feeling is someone physically feeling the birth of something because it has been tangibly brought into this physical state, or a child. The birth canal is the mother. Cancer is the mother. Fourth house is the mother. So from Gemini to Cancer, the silver gate is Gemini energy, but the royal star Aldebaran, Gemini 9 degrees, which is a Sagittarius degree, It's the opening of the eyes into a new world. So your prayers have been answered when it comes to you stepping into a new world. Let me see something now. We got a full moon that is coming up, and it is a lunar eclipse. So, oh, this shit is crazy. Not crazy. It's amazing. So, with this full moon, right? Lunar eclipse. What you're doing is right now, in this Virgo season, you all have the opportunity to cleanse out any cellular damage that you may have had through the womb state, through conception, that brought you into this world. And you came into this world wounded as fuck because you're going through a birth canal of another person that has wounds that they have not cleared up. You see what we're saying here? 414, you may have been seeing. This is the past. Reclaim your power. Gifts are being enhanced and reactivated. Oak trees, you gotta begin to recognize that you've been planting seeds of an oak tree in a flower pot that's been indoors. Yeah. This full moon is gonna clear up a lot what's been blocking you from reclaiming your power and reactivating your soul memory or enhancing your gifts, because each and every one of you here are going through a process of enhancing your own psychic abilities. Everybody has psychic abilities. Everybody does. It's just whether you choose to tap into them. 2027 on the clock. It's just whether you choose to tap into them. Yeah, by that time, Uranus and Gemini is going to be full-fledged. So the last time we had Uranus and Gemini, we had what? A French Revolution. Let me go into that text, because this is the type of time we on. This the type of art form we on. This is the type of creation we in. So with knowing this information as to when Uranus goes into Gemini, this is what happened. This doesn't have to happen if the reason why a lot of these situations where wars are happening is because internally the collective is still at war. I just said most of us come through the birth canal that is wounded. So what's being birthed into this world? Wounds. And if the wounds aren't taken care of, it's going to cause damage. And this damage can happen mentally, physically, spiritually, soulfully, and all of the above. And that's just what's been happening. But here's the beauty of Pluto. Pluto going back into Capricorn retrograde is basically demolishing the traditions and the structures of traditions that's keeping this story going. Now, Pluto entered Capricorn as long as y'all been alive, 2008. So think of 2008 up until this point. It's quite the fucking journey, wasn't it? I know for me it was. I know for me it was. Yes, it was. Hold on, I have to get that. So, let me go over here. Uranus will be in Gemini from July 7th of 2025 to November 7th of 2025. And then July 25th, 2026 to August 3rd, 2032. And then 12/12/2032 to May 22nd, 2033. Now, the revolutionary planet Uranus entered the sign of the Son of Man, Aquarius, February 1912. To remain 7 years, or until February 1919, some astrologers figure that Uranus will not pass from Aquarius until October 1919. They go to 1919. Here is a memorandum of some of the doings of Uranus. During the French Revolution, this sun, or sun that we see in the day of heaven, in parentheses it says Uranus is from the Greek meaning heavens, was in the constellation that rules France. In 1776, Uranus was in Gemini, the ruler of the United States. 84 years later, the length of time required for this planet to pass through 12 signs, 7 years in a sign, brings it back to Gemini. Then we had a civil war. Uranus overthrew kings in France, then kings on this continent, then chattel slavery. In the year 1912, Uranus entered the sign of humanity, a world sign, a sign of the whole earth, and astrologers look for world revolution and the overthrow of all kings, emperors, tsars, kaisers, and tyrants and warlords, whoever and wherever they be. Especially if they're going against universal law, though, because Uranus is connected to enlightenment. Anything that goes against enlightenment out of these labels gets that ass whooped. So, during the French Revolution, Uranus was in Gemini, the ruler of the United States. And also the time of the Civil War, 1776. That is Independence Day over here. So here's my thing about that. Be mindful what it is that you're celebrating. Every celebration is a form of a ritual. Every celebration is a form of a ritual. Down to your solar returns, up to your solar returns, not down to, up to your solar returns. Just be mindful of who it is that you're celebrating your solar returns with. Some people celebrate their solar returns with people just to prove a point. You're going to prove a point for your next cycle of 365 days of the fuckery that you should have let go of. Especially if this is somebody that you're no longer connected to. This is why you have the critical period of, 56 days before and after your birthday? 52, 56, whatever. Days before and after your birthday, those are critical periods where you want to actually disconnect and detach from certain situations that no longer serve you. Those are critical points in your life. 52, 56 days before and after your birthday. Critical points in life. That critical point is also anytime you come around Virgo season of what you have to detox from. Some of you are Virgos right now, and you in that cycle. Even if you got a moon or you are rising in Virgo, you in that cycle too. I'm not just gonna say that, oh, it's just the birthday. Nah. If you got a significant placement, I would say significant placements as your sun, moon, and rising, and that season is around, notice how often you may possibly be doing, certain type of cleanses, unless you're somebody who has all three in one sign. That's a different story. You better be doing some shit. You better ritualize the shit out of your sign on some. If your big three is the same sign, give yourself 60 days before your birthday and 60 days after your birthday, where you before and after you already cleared out what you're supposed to clear out. So on day 59, before you reach 60, before your birthday comes, your solar return comes, you make sure you cleared everything out and you purge and you cleanse yourself and you connect yourself for them 60 days, and then 60 days after. Watch how much better your life will be. I don't do that quite often, but when I do, you see those eckies, that's judgment. You see those eckies, and that's judgment. Shit. I've done that in moments where I wasn't even expecting to do it. Which is why. So here's the thing. when I say that I don't have friends, that's specific to me and my knowing of myself and the way I'm set up. Why is that? Well, in my house of friends, I have the demon star Algo, which is where Algo, wherever Algo is where you have energies around you that will want to behead you. So this is why I don't, anytime someone says, oh, I'm your friend, now that's my friend, I'm not fucking with you. I might want to fight you. I'm just keep it a stack. I might, at this point in my life, we might have to throw them hands just a little bit. But at this point in my life, I'm not throwing them hands because these hands work different. You feel me? So I'm just saying. I don't do friendships. Literally. Okay? Because y'all gonna see the Medusa before she was beheaded on some on that type of shit. Not all of y'all are set up that way, but here's the thing about some of what, as to why some of y'all here on this channel. Some of y'all got people from your past that you consider friends that's really not your friend. But me, I'm never going to have friends. I'm not. No. That's my cue. That's. Oh, you. What you say? You my. Get away from me this time because I know who I am this time around. Before I might have been on some, and I probably would use the word like, but no, we ain't about to do that. No. Respectfully, because I'm too powerful for that type of energy this time around. Not tolerating that, not one bit. There's certain things I have authority to do that I don't use my authority for. Not this time around. No, sweetheart. No. Too ancient of a soul to be. That's why I'm very quick to block people. Because I'm not going to sit here and do the back and forth with you. I'm not even going to send you to your own ancestors at that point. It's just, no, you're not even ready for your ancestors that's really about to whoop your ass. You thought I was going to do some shit? Let me put you in a space where you actually think about it, because that's a capability I do have, to make you think. To make one think. You choose not to. That's all you, boo. I did what I had to do. I'm not doing that shit more than once, though. Made that agreement alone. I'm not doing this shit more. We're not doing this more than once. Okay? We're not doing this more than once. And I say that because you don't have to have the placements that I have, but I'm pretty sure most of y'all can resonate with certain things that you're experiencing in life where you feel as though, you're going in circles with it, that you really don't have to. You don't have to. You don't got to have the placements that I have, but don't it resonate? As to the type of shit you're not going to tolerate no more. But you probably still are. You don't have to. You can choose to. But what greatness is that bringing you into your life? None. None. Yo. That was giving Eddie Murphy. That card loud as shit, though. Okay. Now there's sirens. 8:43, 20:43. Some of you are definitely healers. It's imprinted within your DNA, because the reason why I said it before I showed you is because I never see this man and Anyway, some of you are healers. Is deeply imprinted within your DNA, because I saw from the back of the card it was at the top of the deck, but it's coming to the surface now. You are a healer, so be mindful as to the way you escape from it. Be mindful as to the way you escape from it or heal from it. The Star and the Hierophant, as I picked up the deck here. You're supposed to be well known for your gift. Queen of Pentacles. Don't worry about the money. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Now, some of you are already in this position, but what's blocking you is the lack of delegation of responsibility for you to just focus on what you have to do. Okay? As far as getting a team to assist. See? Someone's gone from an emperor to a god as well. He said these hands mixed up. Oh shit, now we got the counterpart of Dambala la Flambeau Dambala Widow. Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords. This is a clear cut when it comes to a reawakening. The last live we did, Dambala came up, and both of them showed up just now. Oh my God. That's why I be leaving people alone. Because... oh, yeah. Judgment in reverse in this entire deck. The Devil and the High Priestess, Temperance, Ace of Pentacles, upright. Judgment in reverse. You gotta make a decision here. He's howling again. It's some underworld energy. I told somebody that one time too. I said my neighbor got a dog, but that feel as though that's my dog. Shit. Because I noticed the way he gets. Let me see. I have to see if that car matches this door. Give me a second. Because that'll clarify a lot. It don't take that long for them to get over there to over there. It's a protective owl. Yeah. He speaks too. But he has a way of, he knows how to express himself. Because I've heard him speak, but in his way. But he, he would actually say something. 848. Let me see. Let me get the animal spirit deck. I have to get the animal spirit deck because I don't hear that often. No, I don't. Not while I'm doing a reading. No. Not while I'm doing a reading. Something feels as though it's coming back around, is what I'm getting. Something's coming back around. Where is that deck at? One of them, possibly over there. Is it here? Yes. These are also where the past life cards are, so. Alright. Yeah, these cards got a lot to say. Nobody went into that door, so it wasn't his parents. Because they slammed the door pretty hard, usually. Tell me what's his message. He does have white and brown fur, so that's coming through as Sirius energy, dog star energy. He does have blue eyes, so he could definitely be a Syrian. Crocodile, silent powerhouse. Resting, submerging, collecting energy, cooling off. Crocodile, you get close to a crocodile and it feels as though you coming through with some form of danger or, you know, disrupting its territory. It's over for that. Ooh. The swans. Lovers is involved here. Love, not lovers. Lovers as far as two people, but love is involved. Effortless, creativity, sensitive mystic, elegant, power. For some of you are connecting to a Syrian. Some of you are protected by Syrians. Sirius A, Sirius B, dolphins, whales. A lizard. Very subtle energies. You gotta protect. You're very sensitive. Someone just shedded. You're just now regaining your vision. Because anytime a snake sheds its skin, it's blind. It can't see. So some of you have shedded so much that you can't see. So you do have protective energies around you. Both of these are some form of a reptile or reptilian energies, but not the reptilian energies I'm picking up on at this time will be a Draco that was actually deceived by the Dracos that actually went against the Lyrans in the galactic warfare. The deer. Very agitated. Some of you may have been jumping in your sleep a lot more lately. Right before, okay, so if this is you, let's say this is you, and right before you're about to really go into a deep sleep, your body starts to jump and you wake up. That's your cue to tell your subconscious mind exactly what you want and what you want it to show you. Whatever it is that you want to do. If you are in that state in your life where while you sleep, your body jumps, Speak to your subconscious mind because it's listening. It is listening to you. Trust me when I tell you. Loving, intuitive, graceful. The mother, native, children. Concerned and protective. What are you protecting? What are you concerned about that you're protecting? Show me this. This popped out. 6 of Pentacles, the Lovers, there goes the Lovers, and the Magician. Mercury energy twice. And Mercury came out. Somebody definitely has Mercury in Aquarius. Someone definitely has Mercury in Aquarius or Taurus. Mercury and Taurus, some of you are protecting an energy when it comes to a person. This could be someone, wow, this could be someone younger than you. That's crazy though. A lot of these cards just fell. This could be someone younger than you. Or you may feel as though your inner child is imprisoned around this person because 5 of Pentacles is feeling left out in the cold. They're connected to so many other energies that they haven't released yet. And you got this silent powerhouse protecting you. There goes the Emperor. Someone's gone from an emperor to a god. I feel as though that's you. I'm not doing that. That's significant in itself. There's a lot going on down here, and I just said I'm not doing that. For some of you, that's your answer. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. High Priestess and the King of Cups. I'm not doing that. That's too much. It's just too much. It's just too much that's been shown to you. You keep... That's too much. You'll know when it's too much when someone who knows it's been 855, it's been more than enough, and they keep antagonizing you or manipulating you. Don't think they don't feel that. But here's what I mean about cord cutting and the powers of cord cutting. When you cut a cord from someone, okay, you're literally giving them the entire experience of the karma that you've handled, that they have yet to handle, that you've already handled and demolished, but it's going to have to go back to where it came from as if it was the very beginning, but the very beginning of the most highly potent stages. This is why people got to be mindful as to who it is they're connecting with and who they fucking with. Because people could think, oh, shit is gravy. I'm getting all the money. But the moment you disrespect this particular energy that allowed you to evolve, and all you have to do was a simple thing, a simple request, and you didn't fulfill that request, doesn't that sound the same way as people going to a certain entity and asking for an offering or a favor? You don't have to be asked a certain favor, but this is the same way the energy works when it comes to connecting with someone who's at their higher self. This is what people don't get. That when you reach this level of your higher self and why it makes it uncomfortable for certain people to reach that, they may not know it, but subconsciously, you know exactly as to why you won't do it. Because you don't want somebody to experience that. Stop taking that pity and blame for somebody else who doesn't want to evolve. Respectfully, fuck them. Without touching them or being in their presence. Because the same way, fucking fruit fly, randomly, the same way that dog's parents, the masculine said, find out. Notice where we just came to in this energy, and it all started from that dog howling. As far as to where we at right now, and pulling out the spirit animal deck. That energy had to come out. That's probably the message the dog had earlier too, because you don't hear him no more. Jupiter conjunct Uranus, April 20th, is what's been kicking up this gear within the human vessel So can you read the signs of the universe? Everybody want to know about Noah's Ark, but it's about the telepathic communication that you can have with everything around you, even if it doesn't speak your language. See, not humans are not fully evolved to even have that type of communication where, you know, if someone doesn't speak your language, you can still have a communication with them where you still resolve issues. But if there's a misalignment of a love language, that's the end of a relationship as far as a human, and that's part of the Earth School. But the evolved version of this school in Earth when it comes to humans is being able to see that thoroughly and still have these conversations without expressing the same language, but still being able to have the communication without ego and pride. But I think his parents just popped up just now. For some of you, there's someone that you're connected to where they just got there. Yep. Where your parents were involved, where there's a person from your past that you're connected to as a deep soulmate. You don't have to get back with the person, but if you know their sign, look to see what sign rules that house in connection to that person, because they just got there. All these cards keep falling. It's nothing for you to hold on to. Take a leap of faith, begin a new cycle, Aries. Four of Pentacles, Sun in Capricorn. Six of Wands, Victorious, Taurus, Moon in Taurus, Leo, Moon in Leo. Ten of Swords in reverse, King of Cups, Knight of Pentacles. There's nothing you can do about this, as far as you've done all you can do already. For some of you, this is about a career or a certain path that you were taking career-wise. You're done deceiving yourself about it. You're done deceiving yourself about your purpose, because Eight of Pentacles is the Sun in Virgo. Just the way these cards keep falling. It seems as though the universe is giving you a different spread or a different hand. You're not seeing that though? Show me. What's that about? It keeps falling. Ten of Wands is giving you a different hand to close out the burdens. Into the Ten of Cups. And there go the Ten of Swords peeping in the back behind it. Ten of Swords is a card of betrayal. Ten of Cups is emotional fulfillment. Ten of Wands is a card of burden, but it's in reverse. Five of Pentacles. Whoever you're expecting to support you, let that go. You probably creating a story about someone who's here to support you, but there's something here coming to light. Queen of Cups. You got to give that energy to yourself. Moon in Scorpio. Subconsciously, you know what has to end. And it's coming to the surface so much so that you cannot ignore it. It's time for you to heal from it. That's what was coming through the surface here. Healer. Leave it in the past, because that's what it is. So you can reclaim your power. So your gifts can enhance. That's going to happen regardless, though. This full moon coming around. So some of you holding on to situations that you asking about. What is it? You better let... I'm making them faces. Why? Because we're in an age where there's going to be a higher level of mentally ill people unnecessarily. Unnecessarily. Because one is not choosing to really see what's going on for themselves. As a psychology major, let me tell you something. And again, I love the way, this is one thing that when it was mentioned in that video between Billy Carson and Terrence Howard, that what you're seeing has already happened. What you're seeing has already happened. Terrence Howard said it. There's too much going on as far as the emission of light for it to be shown to you that it's actually happening now. But it's not actually happening now. So as soon as I heard that, me personally, here's what I thought about. This is the way miracles come to play. This is where people can heal. When you recognize that what you're seeing has already happened, that what you're seeing, and if it's already happened and you're just seeing it now, that means you're given access to the immediate past and what to change. That's what Virgo season is about. You can actually go into your past to change your entire future. People don't know about Virgo season though. It's the season of cleaning it up. And everything that is shown to you that must be cleaned up, it's not necessarily happening right now. It's Mercury energy. Take note as often as you can as to the number of moments that Mercury goes retrograde before Virgo season or during Virgo season. Not necessarily Gemini, Virgo season, because Virgo it's the pure state. It's the virgin state of bringing something back into its pure form. Doesn't mean that you're not engaging in something, not in that type of energy as far as the virgin. No. It's just bringing it back to a pure state. You want to exercise alchemy? Well, there you go. Okay. So, show me the energy, the current energy, the collective. Nope, not this set. You gotta rest a little bit. Okay, let's go over here. The Sun card and the Nine of Wands popped out. You're clear about something that you keep doing over and over again. It's coming up. You know what you gotta rest from. You know, it's coming up right now as we're talking about it. Let's get deeper. Show me. What's this energy here for the collective? What's the current situation? Again with these cards falling out this way. This don't ever happen this much. Not this way. Give me a second. Let me do a read up on this before I give you y'all read. Because if I sense anything, Some of y'all about to see how the fuck I do this. Okay? Cow in connection to source. As long as ain't nothing that's supposed to be getting removed out of here. This is what people be wondering, how the fuck did she? I'm gonna find you. Actually, I don't have to. People just show themselves. Let me see. Or there could be someone in here that don't think I know I know they're here. I know you here. I know you're here. If I just said that, show me. Don't make no fucking sense. It's this shit I be talking about. It's the shit I be... You know what? Alright. I be telling people, I read energy. I don't... I do so much, you know, spiritually, so that way I don't misjudge a situation. But when something comes up and it pops right up, I'm not second guessing it. I've done that too many times and I got my ass whooped spiritually by my ancestors for disregarding what I already knew. I'm not doing that no more. I don't have to. So, that's all I'm gonna say. What's the current situation for the collective? Hold on. It's not a negative energy though. It's just should have known better. Should have known better. Show me current situation for the collective. Oh shit. The smoke is landing right in them cars right now too. Don't worry, I ain't gonna do shit. Not do anything for anybody. Don't even worry about that. Current situation for the collective. Moving on from a situation. What's the challenge here? The Queen of Cups. But there's a card that fell in the position of the immediate past. I'm going to leave it there until I get there. I'm not going to flip that card over just yet. But you have here as your challenge of the Queen of Cups, unconditional love. So this is loving someone, or is someone loving you without the who, what, when, and where. Who, what, when, where, and why is just more so the energy of love is what it is. You can't place any other label on it other than love. Plain and simple. So you're moving on from situations that are conditional love. Knight of Cups, literally that. Offers that are conditional. So these could be situations where you are relieving yourself from people who didn't match your energy, or they felt as though you didn't match their energy based on what you were doing in your current position in life. Okay, and then they decided, well, they're not here, so that's not for me. Little do they know what your whole life plan was set for. What's the basis of this? What's the basis of this? King of Swords. Knowing what to do, having the strategies. The mental strategist. Someone who's great with words. Now we're going to the immediate past position. I'm going to turn this card over now. Eight of Pentacles. You're no longer, you didn't work on this in the past. This could be you. This whole energy could be about you. Now, how would this be about you? You're moving on from the situation that no longer serves you as the current situation. Your challenge is, as this is about you, this entire reading, but it's bringing more energy as far as you. You may have allowed other people to influence you, which is why you weren't focused on what you were supposed to be doing. So people were just giving you breadcrumbs when it came to, you know, I got you. Oh, do this. And just that, instead of you trusting yourself, you were trusting someone else's word about what you were capable of. And you trusting these other people's words about what you were capable of was taking you away from what you know that you were capable of doing. So the type of power that you have wasn't able to fully activate. Judgment here at the bottom of the deck. Dos Equis. Let me see. What's in the immediate past? You have to make a judgment about a social group you were connected to or a group of people you used to be connected to. What's in the immediate past here for the collective? What's in the immediate past here for the collective? Okay. Two cards, but one fell face down. What's in your immediate past is the Nine of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. I was about to show it to you. It was upright, and it now it's showing through in reverse with the Eight of Pentacles. What is this that the collective didn't work on that was actually emotionally fulfilling, or not even emotionally fulfilling, was a wish come true? What did they not work on here in the immediate past that's influencing this, that's putting the King of Swords in this position as a foundation of this reading, or something that they're building on when it comes to building with people that don't connect with them? But just explain to me more here, Source, about this. We already know they're moving on from it because it's not something that they can surrender their love to. It's not something you can fully give your love to with the Queen of Cups here as a challenge. Your challenge here is giving unconditional love to these situations or these people. Well, that's clear. You got Gemini here. Could have been to a sibling or a cousin. Some of you may have wanted to create a family business or network with people that you were close to within your family, but they were actually jealous of you is what I'm getting. Jealous and envious of you. Them being jealous and envious of you, don't make that the prime source of the forefront of your mind in this reading. That's just what it is. What you're supposed to do when you hear that is more so for you to say, okay, let me move on from it. Not dwell on it on some, oh yeah, no. Show me this in the immediate past. This is on some, if you know you can fight and you know you can fuck shit up, you're not going to sit there and put yourself in a position where it's unfair situation. Jupiter. If Jupiter was the sun, it would never be nighttime. So nothing could hide from you. Second house, look at that. Speaking of projects, business, second house. What does it say? Your assets, finances, and the things that you value. Subconsciously, you knew these situations wasn't something that you can work with, but now you know. The basis of this as to why you're moving on from situations where you don't have this unconditional love in these matters is because it affects the way you build your finances, and it affects the way you connect to what you value, your own sacred values, which creates your belief systems of what connects you to what you believe in. And what you believe in, what you know is what you believe in. So your sacred values is connecting to what you know to connect you to a belief system that you have. Now that can change because knowledge is ever changing. A belief system could be stagnant. Neptune. There's a deep illusion here. Jupiter and Neptune, shit. Sagittarius, speaking of knowledge and knowing and higher education, something here between 18 to 23, 34, 36, 34 to 36, 18 to 23. No, let me make sure. Hold on. I want to see something. Let me see something. Because this would speak to college years. Let me see. Let me see. So, okay. 18 to 21, 26 to 33. The honk just went off. Something about a car, though. 919. 18 to 21, 26 to 33. Let me get a message about that. That age range. If you shining your light and stepping into this leadership role puts people in a state of jealousy and envy, disconnect yourself from that. Immediately. Immediately. Don't even second. Immediately. The star in reverse. This whole deck is in reverse right now, but that card came out upright. But we just, that dog barking again. His parents is there. At the top of the deck, you got the Page of Pentacles. Don't even communicate with these people. Some of you, this would be a situation where, yes, block them for their safety. Not because they're coming towards you. Block them for your safety because you're evolving into a point where because you love them, blocking them is actually going to be best for them. Now, there's certain people who are blocking certain people that is actually going to help them through their karmic journey. Now, you also have people that could annoy you. If you're blocking someone, if someone is blocking you and you're actually assisting them on their karmic journey, that's they ass. It's the same way someone you would block that is annoying you. And you know that they're not on their journey, but they out here as a false fucking prophet type of energy. 21 on the clock right now. What's crowning this message for the collective? What's crowning this message for the collective? 21. You could be 25, 32 years old right now. Or that age range is definitely significant as to what I'm speaking to. And you possibly still thinking about these energies. It's time to let that shit go. Crowning this energy is the King of Cups. For some of you, at the forefront of your mind is a water sign. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This could be you. Let me see. Show me. This could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio that's coming towards you. Or if you're wondering if this energy is coming towards you, I'm going to go straight to the advice before I go to what's next. What's the advice? Because you have the King and Queen of Cups here. And the King of Wands in the past. Someone that you're connecting to is not your usual type. But you didn't see yourself in this type of light for you to actually say that you're worth this type of energy, of this type of union, of someone that actually matches your higher self vibration. What's the advice? Ten of Swords. Yep. Clear out the betrayal so you can see this because it's on its way. You're going to have to close out the cycle and stop being indecisive. 2 of Swords, 6 of Swords with the 4 of Swords right up under that. If you learn this lesson, you won't go back to something that you find attractive because someone is a leader, but they're an asshole too. Someone is a leader. They're actually a leader, but they're an asshole. Or this could be you. This is you're a leader, but you used to be an asshole to yourself and not allowing yourself to be fully you. Again, I'm extremely blunt. I'm not here to be babying you. If my messages don't fit with you, you know what I'm saying? And you're not ready to look at yourself because something is resonating and you've been on this journey on some oh, maybe I just, no, 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 no. You come over here, that whole thing that you used to do about maybe I'll just wait. Let me see. Baby, let that go. Tell me more about the advice with the Ten of Swords. Five of Cups. Sorrow, pains, and regrets. If you don't let it go, you're going to regret it. Plain and simple. What's next? What's at the bottom? The Emperor. You're going to regret that. You going to waste your time with this king energy when you got a whole emperor just, or an empress energy just sees your potential. But if you don't rise up to that potential, they can't connect with you. Not even on some, yeah, you a king or a queen, but you're moving as a page. You're not even moving as a knight at this point. You're not even connecting to the messages that source is giving you to actually say, you know what? This person is willing to evolve. You're not even doing that. It's on someone who has all the tools and just staring at it and doing nothing about it. Have everything you needed to see, whether this is stepping away from a situation or staying in it. You have all the information that is necessary. Either you got to stop deceiving yourself so you're not in sorrow, pains, and regrets about a situation that you should move forward with or leave behind. If you've been sitting here crying in this energy because the person has been doing this, deceiving you, you better let that shit go. But if you're in this energy because you are deceiving yourself, shape up and ship out and then put yourself in the position where you accept that you are ready for this energy of an emperor and empress or god, goddess, however, something above a king and queen, because that's another thing too that people have to really, be mindful as to the way that they're communicating with people. Everybody's not a king and queen. Not everybody got that same life path and you should be calling people kings and queens because the shit sound cool. No, fuck that. Everybody's not a king and queen. You got goddesses, you got gods, you got high priestesses, you got high priests. You got a lot of different things going on around here in this room in this day and age. So yes, it can be disrespectful when you coming at a high priest. A high priest is literally who kings and queens go to, and you calling the high priest or high priest is a king and queen. What's wrong with you? Obviously everything, because you don't know better. But you not y'all, but I'm just saying, speaking to the energy that's moving that way. You know how many people I disconnect from? Who be like, hey queen? Not a queen, boo. Not a queen. Nah. No disrespect to the queens. No. No. That's you. That's you. My journey is different though. Your journey is different though. So this is why I highly suggest for some of you who have a lot of information on, regards to what you know, to express yourself so you can see who actually acknowledges you based on who you say you are. Let's put it in a different term. Out of the kings and queens, gods and goddesses energy. This could be somebody calling you Jennifer when your name is Jessica. It's that simple. But they hear you say, my name is Jessica. But they're calling you Jennifer. If they calling you outside, yo, Jen, Jennifer. You gonna turn your head. Ain't nobody calling you your name Jessica. That's all I'm saying. Let's continue. What's happening next here for collective? What's happening next? Seven of Cups, you got options. Oh, you got options. You got options. Some of you don't think some of you are holding on to a situation or an idea because you don't think you got options. Well, the only reason why you don't see them options is because you're holding on to that past idea. So you're not giving room to the ideas that are literally at your door on some with heavy ass groceries, holding all your gifts on some, yo, all you gotta do is just open this door and let the shit go that you holding on to that's blocking your hands from turning this doorknob and opening this door. What's up? Tell me more about what's happening next. What you holding on to? Let it go. Release whatever it is you holding on to. Hi, do you want to open the door? You know what? I'm not going to explain that. I just said it. That's how tired your soul is right now with this energy. What you holding on to this for what? Okay, you want to hold on to it? All right, keep holding on. 929, Archangel Michael is going to disconnect you from you. That's a different story. I'm not... Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Just let it go. Feel what you have to feel. Some of you are resisting the way you feel about a situation, which is preventing you from letting go. Feel it. Feel through it. Don't sit there as in... What do I mean about don't sit there? Don't sit there when you're feeling this energy about what you're letting go. When you are acknowledging an energy that you have to let go of, give yourself 5 minutes. That's what this is speaking to. Give yourself 5 minutes to feel this out. 5:01 on the clock, your ass should have been let that go. If you're still holding on to it, this is what this is speaking to. 5 minutes is a lot of time. Because a lot can happen every second, within every minute. What's in the environment? It landed right on top of the King of Swords, which is your foundation. You know this. What's in your environment is something of the past. 6 of Cups. That's challenging you. You see? Knight of Cups. Definitely a Pisces energy or something that's hidden. So this could be... This would be connected to something that is flowing through your emotions as a form of bacteria. If you knew that whatever you're holding on to was a form of bacteria that was unhealthy for you and can literally annihilate you, and you know this, and there's a lot of situations, let's put the energy in the air because some people have, you know, certain addictions that don't allow them to step out of it, but just due to their choices, that's what they... Because they don't have anybody to talk to. That's just the way I feel about it. They don't have anyone to talk to get it out, that sees them for all that they are. So, some of you are in this position right now. What position am I speaking to? You're here on this channel. You're listening to this message. Don't feel as though you don't have anybody to talk to. We may not be speaking face to face, but you're listening to a message that is resonating with you. Yeah, it might be a little blunt, but at the same time, let me tell you something. I come from a space as to where, not to say that what works for me is going to work for you, but I have a overstanding as to situations that you can hold yourself back from because you're looking for somebody else to support you. The more you do that, the more you're going to literally deteriorate yourself from having this human experience and changing your entire life around. Because you're choosing to hold on to wanting someone to understand you. This is why I don't say it as much as I used to say it before, but no one is here to understand you but you. And overstanding is different. These are terminologies or words that we don't express with other people. 9:33 on the clock for us to really have a, you know, understanding within ourselves as to what we're saying, because the only thing you're going to stand under, if you're going to stand under something, is going to be your higher self. When it comes to having an understanding, is with yourself. When you have an overstanding, it's still with yourself, but you're able to communicate that version of you with another. But that understanding and understanding is a form of meditation with self. Okay? Tell me more about what's in the environment here. I know that wasn't what the fuck I just saw. Nah. Nope. Of all cards. You know what this is already. Let me clarify a little bit more about this Five of Wands with the Six of Cups. I just heard they ain't shit. I don't, you know what? I ain't got time. Show me. What's the six? Well, for some of you, stern, you had a stern mother as to why you moved this way with this person. It's got, either you have a child with this person, or this got something to do with your mother as to why you're even with this person. There's a lesson you didn't fully learn with your mother that you're learning with this person. Something to do with communication. Stockholm Syndrome. Being with someone that hurts you over and over and over again. What I'm getting from this is, if this has to do with the parent and they saying that that's the best they could have done, you got to forgive them, because you when someone says that's the best they could have done, again, as a soul who has an overstanding of choices, your best is a choice. Forgiveness is also a choice. But you can forgive someone for lying about what's their best, because they're making the choice to not overcome a situation. Granted, everybody's situation is different. But to keep hurting yourself, that invokes hurt towards another person, is a different story. What's that story? It's called ignorance. You know what that stems from? Well, someone who has a savior outside themselves, instead of asking themselves for forgiveness as to why they process a certain scenario or a situation, why they would handle someone in a certain way, they don't handle it and just look for someone outside of them to forgive them. A savior, and I'm speaking of an ascended master, or Jesus for some people. Majority, as far as what we know today. I'm not coming against anybody for what they believe in, no. But if they actually knew what that entity really signifies in terms of Yeshua's energy or Christ consciousness, it would be a much different story. So this is what I mean about people have a choice. Now, Knowing that information on a different side of it, we also have a choice to grant that forgiveness to these people, but that doesn't mean that you still have to connect to them, because where certain people fall short when it comes to forgiveness is that you're still connecting to energies that you have forgiven, but doesn't mean you have to be around them. Do whatever you got to do to get away from the energy, and you'll actually see the energy for what it is, even more so. For some of you, this means moving away from family. Some of you already had a funeral where people were sitting here crying over you while you gone and still alive. But when you were around, they didn't appreciate you. But that forgiveness that you grant that type of energy is for you. It's not necessarily for them. It's for you. You hear that often, but what I'm saying as to what it means for you, because if you don't forgive them and you don't let that go, you're actually going to put yourself into the position where the way they were treating you actually becomes real life. Again, I'm told you, I'm going to be real blunt with this energy. I've already given you a trigger warning. But it's things of this nature that are not being spoken about. And I personally don't have any more time for it. I'm tired of seeing people go through the same shit over and over and over and over again, because they're not hearing the information that they know subconsciously is actually the truth. But if they was to actually tell these certain people that are do all the praying you want to do, not knocking you for it, but certain people are praying so hard outside themselves that they get the fuck beside themselves, so much so that they look at you and you know the truth that what you're praying for is to your higher self in connection to source. They look at you as if you a fucking demon, when we all have that within us. Every angel is connected to a demon, and every angel demands. When you want something for you and you want something to come to light, you have to demand it in terms of asking for it, which is why it says, ask and you shall receive. And you know what's the magic to asking? Is asking why you have it. The asking is why you have it. But no one is being taught that. Why they have what they're asking for, even if they don't have it just yet. Because now what does the universe have to do when you're asking for something you already have? Notice how often when someone is thinking someone is cheating on them, even if the person is not cheating on them and the person starts cheating on them, you ask for it. That's the way it works. That's literally universal law. So now begin to ask for the things that you already have that you're not afraid of. See, most people are asking for things they're not afraid of, so much so people gossip about it. Hey, your name Gabriella. That's Gabriel. That's the throat chakra. The trumpet is sounding. The trumpet is loud right now. Ain't nothing in this realm of coincidence. $21:44 on the clock. It's time to complete these cycles, or 9:44. No, you're fine. Don't apologize for that. Do not apologize for that. There's nothing to apologize for. So that's a message in itself too, though. Make sure that the only time the word sorry is coming out is if you actually regret something. Sorry only has to be used when there's regret involved. I'm gonna push it a little bit further. Okay. Nothing's a coincidence, right? Let's say randomly you step on somebody's toe. Well, that could have been a spirit or something that's always in your way, but it shows up in this body. You don't know this person from a hole in the wall, but you step on this person's toe and you say sorry. And you say, oh my God, sorry. Notice how often that happens to other people and they don't say anything. You wanna know why? Because it's something about, there's a connection between that angel and that demon that's on some, yeah, I know exactly who you are. And I care, but I don't care to the level of that negligent, submissive entity of what humans have been adapting to. That's causing them harm. And for some of you, that's significant. Some of you, let's say, possibly, let's say in New York City, if you're on the subway and the train moving, and you step on somebody, or you brush them a certain way, and you say sorry. It wasn't you. It's the train moving. It's the train. Everybody on that. Everybody. And some of you may have that opportunity where someone says, "Oh, don't even worry about it," because that person is showing you. Wow. Because that person is showing you. Listen, you saying that too much. You only say that when you regret something. You and then why? Yeah. Queen of Wands in reverse. Pele. In reverse. The volcano. For some of you, there's something here about acne. Sorry is producing acne. Words are spells, baby. Your body feels... People don't have to say anything to me. If I see a person, they don't have to say anything to me. I'm going to see your body tell me exactly what you want to say that you're not saying. That's the thing about your spiritual evolution. It's okay. It's okay. You're going to have moments where, you know what I'm saying, where you may not even want to be around nobody. Have your moment with yourself, because you're literally putting yourself through a process of going through a rebirth. So give yourself 9 months. If you get distracted from them 9 months, start them 9 months over again. Start them 9 months over again until you get discipline or disciples. It's the same word. For you to have a transformation, because there are 12 disciples. But once you get to 13, now we bring back the feminine principle. What are people complaining about the most? The patriarch system. Because the matriarch is not accepted. The matriarch is dark. It's evil. It's witchcraft. But the craft of the witch allows you to know which direction to go to create the craft that's going to help you to heal yourself based on what you're feeling. The energy and motion. Emotions is feelings. Energy and motion you can feel, so it's feelings that develops into a thought. So the more you're able to observe a situation for what it is and have that feeling without processing it. Observation is feeling without processing a thought as far as to what it actually is. Observe it for what it is before you come to a solution or conclusion as to what it is based on what your experience has taught you. Feel it. Don't create into a thought just yet. Yeah, that seems as though it takes, you know, quite the bit of work, but is it possible? Yes. I wouldn't be telling this to you right now if it wasn't. I wouldn't be telling you right now if it wasn't. You gotta know your truth. If you don't utilize, take a moment to understand the anatomy of the body. Because the same way you have the universal laws of as above, so below, it's the same way that it's operating from your brain to your toes. Same way. That's why knowledge of self is essential. Why you hear them say, or why you hear the saying, know thyself. Know thyself. Know thy, which also sounds as die, as in transformation. You have to change. Once you know, you have to change. Self. Because you do have dormant cells in your brain that are just waiting for that electrical charge to say, we're ready. Let's go into the body. Your brain is the most heaved up space in your body. Heaven is the most heaved up space of any realm. Your realm is a body in itself. It's a physical realm connecting to source. So heaven is here. You got cells or yourself, your higher self here. And in here as well. But you're going to have to connect to here in order to connect to this space. Some of you are already connecting through this space, but this space is coming through as nightmares. Just to wake you up. Just to wake you up. It's not even a nightmare though. It's a reflection of what you're not seeing. Nighttime it gets dark. So anytime that nightmare is coming through is something that you're not able to see. You don't, not that they're not able, you don't want to see it. You're afraid to see it. Why? Well, the only way you don't want to see what's in the most heaved up space of what's in your Akashic records is if you are blocked from chakras below it. Because what stands under here, if you're not ready to see it and understand what stands under it, you're not going to have access to this. So if somebody has a blocked root chakra due to sexual trauma, you know what I'm saying? It's going to block you from it. Automatically, you're going to be blocked from this. Some people have a hypersensitivity where it does connect them to it though. But to each its own. Everybody has a different process. Your cellular memory is moving through different realms for certain reasons. This is why I say education fucks people up. Because it's not focusing on the 12 intelligence. You got 12 intelligence, 12 zodiac signs, 12 disciples. To get you to the point of 13 to evolve, or 4 to set a new foundation. Obviously, when you get to 12, you're going to have to go through the process of creation. Notice the process of creation when a child is born. There's one sperm cell that breaks into many into this body. It's all there. In so many ways, it's all there. You can look at all of the situations that you experience in life and see and just see. Something else was coming up, but I'm not going to say that. Yeah, source said don't say that. But, not this time. Another time, yeah, it will come out. But, because this is dropping a lot right now. Let's go to the outcome of this message. What's the outcome here for the collective? Now that they know what they know. You get your power back. The Emperor, Aries card also. Oh, also the heart chakra. You get your power back. You go back to the generator. All it takes is for that heart to stop beating. And it's done. Gotta take action here on what you've been enlightened about. 4/12, April 12th, or April 2012. That would have been 4 years after Pluto has gone into Capricorn. Around the time Jupiter was in Aries or Taurus. Basically, what that would speak to you, you've been receiving all of the resources to help you to break these generational chains that you've been connected to that wasn't allowing you to evolve or see things for what it is. The outcome is the Emperor is you gaining your power back, stepping into action. And as we was just speaking about before, some of you are literally evolving from this king and queendom energy into this empire state of mind. Because the Emperor and the Empress embody all 4 queens and kings. Or your access to being grounded, your access to your passions, your feelings, and your thought process. That's the Emperor and the Empress. That anything you touch turns to gold. Anything you touch turns to gold. Now, the one thing about the Emperor, though, it's more so about work and being focused on getting it done. Getting it done. Show me more about this, Emperor. Getting it done. The Tower. 416, 47, and then the Page of Cups. For some of you, beautiful, divine, feminine, your Emperor's on his way. It's going to surprise you. Let me see. Show me the Tower. It's going to surprise you because it's a wish that comes true. The Star card. The Emperor, the Tower, and the Star. Some of you are stepping into a position of power that you may have felt as though you need a certain level of experience in it. Nah, but this is your purpose. It's literally your purpose. This is literally your purpose. 4, 16, 17. 417 is literally someone who's you. I just heard here, he. What the judgment? It's love. It's love. You got the Empress here that showed up. Once you get clear about these maternal issues, because the challenge is the Queen of Cups. For some of you, there's something here about a maternal issue or something in regards to your maternal bloodline or the 4th house. Mars is in Cancer right now. So make your home right now while Mars is in Cancer, from now till April. Make your home your sacred space. Some of you may, get the urge to remodel or redecorate. Do it. Don't procrastinate on that. Utilize from now to April until next spring to bring everything into this space where, because some of you are going through this deep spiritual transformation where your home is going to be the space that you go to for fun. So you want to make it that space. You want to really create it into a space that, why am I going on a vacation? I mean, do you. Don't get it twisted. Travel, do what you do. But also, let's say if you're someone, you know what I'm saying, for now, you're just doing what you can. Make your home that space so that way it inspires you day in and day out to get to that mogul state in life where you don't have to worry about, oh, when is this next thing coming in so I can do this? Because some of you are literally on the emperor, the tower, and the star. You're going to be well known. This is day and night. That's once you open up this space though, you won't be able to get there without this space, and that's a blessing in itself, because there's certain people who can reach this state with the closed heart chakra, and that success is short-lived, which is also a form of protection too, though, from their higher self. Some are just an example to others as to this is not the route you want to take and going that far without having an open heart chakra and a crown on your head, knowing yourself, knowing your mind, knowing your truth, so that way nobody can take over any of your ideas of what you out here wanted to do, and you're gonna do without anybody telling you any differently. Cause y'all ain't gonna be out here no more fixing your life. Some shit. Let me tell you something. What's at the top of this is the world card. You know what? Lot. Let me see what's under that. The two of swords, completion of a cycle of being indecisive. Six of swords all together, but the four of swords came out. Yeah, you're the healing process it's. See what I meant about the heart chakra? There you go. Anytime you are deviating from your mission, be mindful 22:02 on the clock. Be mindful as to when you hear crows and ravens. Those are your messengers that they're helping you to stay focused, because they can see. They can see, especially your higher self. Some of y'all don't even realize that you have certain birds, whether if it's a grackle, a crow, a raven, cardinals. If these are cardinals, those are definitely your ancestors on some great-grandparents, grandparents energy. Because that's really what they are symbolic of. But yes, love. So just know, as always, all is well. Just don't be out here, you know, cutting yourself short from your blessings. Some of y'all been doing that too long. You're a pro at that. Now be a pro at giving yourself the love that you've been giving everybody else, and cutting yourself short from children too. Some of y'all, some people do got karmic children now. Don't get twisted. That's the thing about family. Not to say that everybody got a family where it's karmic and you know, it's but they show you the lessons that's going to help you to evolve, because that's your initial state of where you're going to feel as though you could be vulnerable, because it's familiar or familia. Así que I will see y'all on the next live, my loves. I appreciate love, because appreciate, you hear the word hate in it. There's a lot we are evolving from, and that's okay. Don't rush it. You know what I'm saying? As I tell people, trying is an insult to doing. And when I talk to certain people one-on-one, they back up from it, and they may feel a certain way. I say, nah, don't feel as though you gotta correct yourself around me. Correct yourself with you. As far as anytime you say that you're trying to do something, just know that you're not actually doing anything, or you're negating what you're actually doing. Because if you look at try, the word trial is in it. So anytime you're in a trial, there's still judgment that has to be put in place. or a decision. Judgment is about a decision. And anybody can create sin with a decision, because when it comes to sin, sin actually means missing the target. That's what the word sin means. It's an archery term. It's not doing something that's right or wrong. No, it's literally meaning when a sin occurs, if you're pointing your bow and arrow into a direction, you miss the target, that's a sin. That's all a sin is. You just missed the target. Or wherever you set your intentions with a certain person or an energy, it just wasn't what it was supposed to be. At least not the way you intended for it to be. Look it up. Look up sin as an archery. This is an archery term. This is why the English language is one of the most strongest language when it comes to invoking spells of detriment if you don't have a overstanding as to what's actually being said. So ebonics, or someone who speaks slang, you actually better off. Or a different language. Which is why I don't say bless, I say bliss. There's nothing for you to be less than. Rather you experience bliss though. Welcome once again to the new subscribers. Make sure you hit that thumbs up Mars energy button. Cause ain't no liking over here. It's either you gonna love the energy or you just don't. Like. Say like and say lie. Don't the faces in your muscles, don't the muscles in your face move the same way? The muscles in your face move the same way when you say like and lie. Just know that the letter K is connected to 11, which is the master number 11 of the visionary. So don't lie to yourself about what you see, about what you're planning, because you like something. If you can't say you love it, don't say anything at all. And with that, I love you.